All right, welcome back to Biashara Tuesday, hashtag Biashara Tuesday, all over social media platforms, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and also where we are streaming live on Facebook, KUTV Kenya, live on YouTube. Get us there and we'll be able to get your feedback. The British Council's Innovation for African Universities, or IAU, is a program which brings together universities in Kenya, across sub-Saharan Africa, and also universities in the UK and organizations which are supporting entrepreneurial ecosystems in sub-Saharan Africa. Now here in Kenyatta University at home, the British Council is funding projects also, and also in partnership with KU, they have Yip, Y-E-A-P. I'll be letting the project lead of Yip, the Youth Entrepreneur Accelerator program, that is Dr. Jagongo, who's joining me on set, and is already here, of course, to have us know what exactly they're doing to develop skills for graduates and also for those who are requiring some of these skills to set up sustainable industries, companies, and services. Of course, we'll getting into that in a while. So if you have any questions on entrepreneurship, if you're a youth out there and you want to know how to take advantage of some of these opportunities and harness your potential, this is the time for tuning in and not going too far. Welcome to set, Dr. Jagongo.
Thank you very much.
Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
How has it been in being the lead, of course, of Yip? You could introduce yourself and tell us how the experience has been so far.
Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Ambrose Jagongo. I am a senior lecturer at Kenyatta University, Department of Accounting and Finance, in the School of Business, Economics and Tourism. I am also a director at University Circle. I would wish not to leave that out.
Yeah, it's okay.
In the year 2021, the British Council, in realizing that there is a problem of unemployment of youths, put out a call that requires us to do proposals towards accelerating youth engagements. We did one called Youth Entrepreneurship Accelerator Program, and we won. Kenyatta University, in collaboration with Northumbria University in the United Kingdom, together with the Technical University, and together with Entrepreneurship Educators Foundation, which is an ecosystem. The program has been there from 2021 March up to now, and some of the activities that we do are pre-incubation services, incubation services, and post-incubation services.
Mm-hmm. All right, so what is the general, I know it is of course to create that entrepreneurial spirit, and we've had that in KU for some time, being one of those places where we do see the Chandaria Innovation Hub and also a very robust business school. What is the aim of this project now, as you've been conducting it for a year? What has been the aim?
Twofold.
Mm-hmm.
The aim of this project, one, is to create a mindset change. We want to create a mindset change of the youth at the university, or before the university, or even outside the university. We want the youth to actively think, actively start and run businesses. We want to move the thinking that when you come to the university, you should always be looking to be employed. Because wherever we are going to have you employed, it's somebody's business. So we want you to be the person now to employ people. And we know that it is possible. Number two, which supports that first objective, is we enhance entrepreneurship skills. We enhance entrepreneurship skills. For those who have never thought about it, we make them think about it. For those who already thought about it and are not succeeding, or have not started, either because of procrastination or any reason, we make them think and help them start. For those who have started and are having challenges of sustainability, challenges of finding how to move on, we incubate them or babysit them. So that one we do through coaching, we do through networking, and we also do through mentorship. Yes.
Yeah, I understand that you are now in 4 counties already, or is it more? And what is the success rate like interacting with the youth all across these counties?
The Youth Employment Accelerator program is actually covering 14 counties in Kenya.
14 counties, sorry, yes.
But the KU wing, the KU part of it is covering 4 counties.
Okay.
That is Migori County, Kisumu County, Vihiga County, and Kakamega County. Actually, yesterday, the 26th, I was accompanied by the British Council staff to Migori in Rongo, where we actually met a total of 8 entrepreneurs who are onboarded into our platform, and 2 mentors who have been helping us in the mentoring process of these entrepreneurship programs.
Let's paint a clear picture then of that incubation journey. You've mentioned you're taking them through coaching and, of course, babysitting them to get their ideas to fruition. You have, as you mentioned to me before, there's a pre-incubation, an incubation, and a post-incubation phase. Maybe to highlight how different these 3 stages are.
The pre-incubation is the period before you start the business. The period before you start the business. We want to help you to think, start a business. And how do we help you do that? We do mapping of students or young people, wherever they are. We get them to be introduced to us, and we introduce them to ourselves in different parts. Then we help them, or we help you to get to idea generation. How do you get an idea to do a business? How do you start thinking that, no, I can't just sit here? So we expose you to what is called environment screening. We want you to be thinking about screening the environment. Wherever you are walking, wherever you are living, wherever you are learning, can you be screening the environment? Can you be looking at the environment with an eye that is just not normal, so that you can see there is an opportunity? So we help you through that. When you are walking towards a street or in the street, in some estate, what is it that this estate demands which you can provide? So we help you to list business ideas that are viable. Then the second part in the pre-incubation is after identify the business ideas, you screen them. You choose which one am I capable of doing and which one do I have capability. So we use 2 things, ability and capability. Ability is the professionalism. Do you have the know-how of that idea that you have listed? Just the know-how. Then number 2 is the capability. Do you have, or are you able to put together resources to do that business? So that will let you now drop out. If you had a list of 4, that will help you to drop out 1, 2, 3, and you remain with only 1.
Okay.
That is the pre-incubation. You are just trying to come up with a viable business idea.
So do you get students who have the spirit of entrepreneurship and have no idea how to screen the environment and onboard them for the pre-incubation stage, or how does that work out?
We have met 2 types of students. And I want to say here that entrepreneurs are either born, or they can be made, or there are those entrepreneurs who are not born, but who are born and also made. So those who came already from some entrepreneurial background may already know that the life is to do business. But there are those who have never thought of it, or their backgrounds have never. So we meet those students or those youths who actually have never thought at all that just starting by selling scratch cards can create a Ken wa credo. a Ken wa Credo that everybody now looks for.
Yeah.
That can create a Mili wa Mandazi. That everybody is looking for Mili wa Mandazi. Yet he never thought at all that he would be selling Mandazis which are unique.
All right. So now that is the pre-incubation phase. The incubation phase, do you qualify them from the pre-incubation to incubation, or anyone who's already joined is qualified to?
Now, when you have screened your business and seized, the word is you seize one of the opportunities. You hold it. And I'll shortly be talking about triple H approach.
Yes.
Remind me before I forget.
I definitely will.
The triple H approach.
That's what you're using?
Yes, that's what we are using.
Okay, we'll get to that.
We are using the triple H approach to entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Now, when you have seized one opportunity, then we encourage you to go through the entrepreneurship process. We encourage you now to start the business formation. Now, when immediately you start the business now, we come in the second phase of now telling you how to do that business. Attaching you to somebody who is doing a similar business. If you have started a tailoring business, we get you closer to an experienced tailor. If you have started a retail of fast-moving consumer products, we attach you to somebody who is probably running a supermarket, running a butchery, running a milk ATM machine, so that this person can take you through the stocking of the business, the pricing of the business, the employing of people, and even managing those people, all the aspects, the marketing of your product, the business planning of your project, so that somebody tells you what he has done on a practical slate,
right?
Not the theoretical slate that we get from the classroom.
So in other terms, this is that the acceleration part of...
That is now both of them are acceleration. The first acceleration is a dead mind, let me call it, or a sleeping mind.
That you're waking.
Which we wake up.
Okay.
We wake your mind up so that you start thinking business. That is already accelerating you.
Yeah.
Because entrepreneurship is innovation, creation, risk-taking, and holding onto something that you don't even know whether it will succeed or not, but you only hope it should.
Accelerating the mindset. Of course, that's also the aim of the project, as you mentioned.
Accelerating the mindset. That's the first one. Then after your mind has woken up into it, then you start the business.
Right.
Then when you start the business, we want to see you now grow the business. So when we are now trying to make you grow the business, just like a baby that was conceived, then born, but was not very strong, is put in an incubator in the hospital, being watched by the nurses. Now we do that work of the nurses.
Right, for your business.
You look by the side how we do it for you, because we give you or we attach you to a mentor who is coaching you and training you. We also come in with workshops. We also come in with the trainings, and we also bring you the network of other suppliers.
All right. So this process from pre-incubation to incubation, how long does it normally take?
It depends. It depends on the type of business. If you just want to start a retail business, that can take as short as just 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, within just a week from the day we meet, the first thing we'll tell you is don't ask for money. Money is not what you need first. What you need in a business platform is, number one, the idea. Then plan it out, the business plan. Then now think of the prototype. What is this thing that I want to do? Is when you come to the money. So now that can take as short as just a week.
Do you also help them maybe because of some of the businesses which really require capital intense investment at the beginning? Is that also part of the incubation process, getting investment and funding?
Just like a child born, I want you to imagine that your sister or your fiancé went to the hospital and to get a baby, and tomorrow when you go to see the baby meets you at the door. I'm sure you'll run away.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you are walking to the door to see your baby that was born overnight, and she's meeting you,
receiving you,
hugging the daddy. You'll run away. Yes. So we don't encourage that you should look for a capital incentive business. Look for a business that will grow like a baby. Go and see that baby when it's completely just a baby.
Right.
Then later you can see the hands can be lifted. Right. So let it grow into your hand.
Naturally.
So don't ask for capital intensiveness. Think of something that grows small, grows into your hand, so that if it in any event falls, which many of them fall, you also don't get a lot of bruises.
Okay.
Yeah, when you go very high up in a tree,
you expect the fall to be
when the fall is big, you will injure your hips.
Yeah.
But when you are just some meters above the ground,
you can navigate.
Then you can rise up and still walk.
And I'm guessing some of those bruises or some of those falls that happen to the businesses happen past incubation phase. So I'm hoping also the post-incubation process is also something that is coming in handy. How does that work like?
Now, the incubation, as I say, is that taking care of the baby. Okay, somebody helping you to take care of the baby, showing you how to wash the baby. So we tell you, how do you keep stock? How do you keep records? How do you do basic marketing? How do you do business plan? How do you manage your risks? How do you evaluate your business? All those are very important aspects of business management, which you can't be born to know until you are taken through.
Yeah.
Then now, after some incubation of 1 to 6 months, if the business is complicated, it can go to 1 year. After that now, then the nurse, in this case, the mentor or the coach, pulls himself out. Slowly, he doesn't pull himself out once. He pulls himself out slowly. If the frequency of meeting you was twice in a week or every day, now he makes it once in 2 weeks, once in a month, so that he's pulling out slowly and asking you questions and listening also to your questions.
Right.
So that by that time, when he now pulls out completely, he then leaves you for about a month or two without completely now being with you. Then now he comes back with now the post-incubation.
Okay.
Post-incubation now comes after a short break like what you had between me and the previous guest. There was a period here that you can't tell what was happening.
Yes.
A commercial break, call it. So that period now, you now handle your baby.
Okay.
Then now we again come back, like in monitoring and evaluation. We now come in to see that what we took you through, how better are you doing it now?
Right. Now, Dr. Jagongo, maybe if we can go back a bit and see how do they get into this youth entrepreneurship and accelerator program for a student who's watching and they want to go through that phase from pre-incubation, incubation, post-incubation. How do you get to select them to be part of it?
We have done the previous selection last year, but we are still on now. In fact, we have a platform that we have created called the Yip Platform, the YEAP platform, and it is online. If you just Googled YEAP www.yeap.co.ke, then you will get to our platform. You can register there and you will meet us there. It is a platform that will put you together in a network of a community of business.
Right.
There you will find some potential financiers, you will find the mentors, you will find fellow youth entrepreneurs who are in different stages of small business management.
All right. So mentorship, workshops, connection to, of course, other people in the industry who have already done it, and also some of those, as you said, guiding them like a baby in an incubation to see them know how to do stock checking, how to file taxes, some of the things that they may not be aware of while still in school. And in a digital world and in a modern world, so speaking, matters of intellectual property are also something that many young businessmen get to ask themselves. How do I get to protect my business? How do I get to protect my business idea? Are those some of those resources you also avail to them, or is that also part of the knowledge that you avail to these business founders?
We take the young entrepreneur through the complete continuum of business operation. The continuum, the graph. Mm-hmm. How do you start it? What is required? Whom do you want to see? We take you through all that. What makes you be compliant? We are very keen on that also, because we don't want you to fail just because the kanjos are disturbing you every day. Yeah. But they disturb you just because you have not done what you are supposed to do. In fact, many of the entrepreneurs spend a lot in kickbacks. You realize somebody comes every day and you give 100 shillings or 200 shillings for what you should have bought for only 5,000 shillings one off. So we take you through the compliance issues, what the national government requires for business operations in Kenya, then what the county governments require for business operations in Kenya, what do you require at the end of a financial year? Mm-hmm. We take you through that. Those are actually the mentoring and coaching. We'll send to you somebody who takes through how to do small business taxation. Mm-hmm. What are some tax exemptions that you have when you are running what kind of business? Okay. So that you get to know. We even get to talk to people who are working with KRA, mm-hmm. and we bring them in a platform when we are in a virtual meeting. Recently we had Mr. Julius Yeager, who is one of the commissioners of KRA, talking to our youths on an online platform, and he gave them a lot of ideas on how to navigate, mm-hmm. to be compliant with KRA requirements.
All right.
And is available, and they are always available to assist wherever we call on them.
Mm-hmm. You told me to remind you of the Triple H approach, so maybe you can have a look at that.
Triple H approach, mm-hmm. to entrepreneurship is the way to go today. What is the Triple H? There are 3 H's. The head, the heart, and the hand. I repeat, the head, the heart, and the hand. Think. The head helps us to think. Allow your mind to think, mm-hmm. about something to do. Don't just sit there. Don't just think that all that is there is to go to Olemoyoi 7. Mm-hmm. Then whatever you have thought about, do not procrastinate. Hold it. Love it. And if you don't put it to your heart and you share it out to somebody, that person may take the love away from you of what you saw. So think, then put it to your heart. Love it. Then next, hold it. Mm-hmm. Hold it. Start it. That's what we mean by Triple H, mm-hmm. approach.
All right. With the Triple H approach, have it in your head, put it in your heart, and also hold it and execute it. What is the role of the British Council now overall, and how has that worked out with Kenyatta University and the Yip project?
The British Council funded the project. They are still funding the project even today. When we were in Rongo, Treat House Hotel, they are the ones who paid for our dinner and our accommodation and our small per diems for the youth that were there, because they are concerned that there should be youth entrepreneurship acceleration. So the British Council project is Innovation for African Universities, where our project is. But there are many projects in it. Actually, there are many projects in it. Mm-hmm. The YAP is just one of them, right, in the sub-Saharan Africa. Mm-hmm. They funded it. They also they work with us. They want to know what has worked, what has not worked, how can it work, and the sustainability. And mm-hmm. I want to add something. How does the youth entrepreneurship get sustained? Mm-hmm. Many youths will talk about money. Anytime you ask somebody what Capital, is the biggest, I will tell you no. Mm-hmm. Money, let it come number 4. The first thing is the entrepreneurship thinking. The second thing is what is the product that you want to develop. The third thing is your marketing. Whom do you want to sell to? Whom do you want to know your business? And marketing is about three things: informing people who don't know about your product, reminding those who already know about your product, and branding your product and rebranding.
All right.
So then number 4 is when now financing comes. Now you come in, where do I get money to do it better? Then number 5 is accounting. You also need to be responsible
For the money
to what
that
you are doing, so that you are always doing correct bookkeeping and doing correct accounting, so that you know where you are all the times.
All right. That is Dr. Jagongo, the project lead of Yip Youth Entrepreneurship Accelerator program, giving us some of those ways they're doing in that project, which is under the Innovation for African University, supported by the British Council, to strengthen the capacity of universities to support students with entrepreneur ambitions and also enable them to participate and provide meaningful addition and contributions as key players of the entrepreneurship ecosystem in the respective counties. As you've heard, the Yip in KU is spanning in 4 counties so far, but the whole project is all over 14 counties where they're supporting at least 20 students in across all these counties. So maybe finally, Doctor, we can get to hear what the future of Yip is looking like into the next few years, and also this being a model that has worked really well with university students outside the school curriculum. Is there a way that we can translate this also into the classroom actively?
Yes, one of our sustainability proposals is that we want to convince the universities and the tertiary institutions to inculcate the 3 aspects of pre-incubation, incubation, and post-incubation services in the entrepreneurship courses. Yes, there are entrepreneurship courses today at the universities, all over, but a lot of it is theoretical. We want it to be practical. We want students to be taken to where the food is being cooked in a restaurant, so that they see how is it is being done. We want students to be taken to a garage to see how the vehicle is being made. We want the student to be taken to a butcher to see how the meat is being cut, preserved, and cut. So we are proposing to the universities and to the tertiary institutions and even to the government as large that yes, CBC is coming, but can it come in a real practical sense where our students are taken in the second year or in the third year to be with an incubator.
All right.
I also want to say that we also need to bring in the mindset change that brings honesty. The sustainability of youth entrepreneurship lies on being honest to your suppliers. When somebody borrows you some money, borrows you some equipment, somebody supplies you some goods, somebody works for you, how honest are you? Somebody is using your product and he wants your guidance, how honest are you? The sustainability of youth entrepreneurship lies, in our view, in how honest the business person is to the suppliers of those various things.
All right. Thank you very much. Of course, I'm seeing also feedback here from people who are tuning in, and also maybe a few remarks here. Bernard Odhiambo saying, I'm watching from Nairobi. Dr. Jagongo was my chairman when I was the leader, School of Business. Such a brilliant guy. And of course, make sure you come back and visit Doctor and have a discourse on either business that you might be having. Mzalendo wa Roysambu anasema also watching. Kahawa imejaa huku, not coffee berries though. Where did Ken wa Credo go to, by the way? And how is Kezia wa Samosas doing? So some of those things you mentioned have reminded them of the entrepreneurs who are also trying
Actually,
to...
Ken wa Credo was here at the KU gate. He started just by selling You could even call him here.
Yes.
He started by selling just some scratch cards of
Right.
100 shillings.
And it became quite a name.
Yes.
Right. So make sure you're checking out yip.co.k. I'm looking at the website here. So many things that you can get to learn from, the services they're offering, the stakeholders there, and also equip yourself. If you're an aspiring entrepreneur, get some of these skills and mentorship to effectively navigate the entrepreneurial landscape. Dr. Jagongo, asante sana for having time for us.
Thank you very much.
Right.